Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're dissecting Baby Monster's special mama performance where Ahayan, Rora, and Farida covered Golden, the viral track by the fictional group Huntrix from the K-pop Demon Hunters universe. I had this performance circled on my calendar, a high-concept stage featuring 3 of the group's key members, and naturally, I was expecting a performance that matched the immense hype, especially for a song with such an established, powerful vocal profile. Let's start with the absolute standouts. These 2 members truly showed why Baby Monster is a group to watch. Rora owned that pre-chorus. Her voice has such a beautiful, mature timbre. She utilized a lovely mix, demonstrating excellent breath control that allowed her to glide through the register changes without sounding choppy. The delivery was confident, nuanced, and structurally sound. It was the moment where the song felt most polished. She didn't have to push or strain. She simply delivered on her technique. Farida's contribution, particularly the peak vocal moment she carried, was phenomenal. That high note was not just loud. It was piercingly clear and fully supported from the diaphragm. This is the distinction we need to make. She wasn't yelling, she was projecting. The placement was forward and intentional. It solidified her role as a powerhouse vocalist in this group, proving she can handle pressure and deliver pristine stability in the upper register. They were fantastic, they met the technical challenge, and honestly, they set a standard that the rest of the cover struggled to meet. Now, let's pivot to the main talking point. Ahayan. And before anyone types their furious comments, let me state, she is talented. She has incredible stage presence, and her energy is undeniable. But talent does not grant immunity from technical critique. My critique is not personal. It is clinical and focused on breath support and vocal health. I expected the most pristine execution from her, and what we got was a performance consistently colored by strain. Listen closely to her mid to high register transitions. It sounds like she is consistently having to muscle out notes that sit just a half step above her supported comfort zone. That's a key sign of vocal fatigue or insufficient support. The notes aren't sitting freely, they're being pushed into place. It gave the performance an edge of tension that wasn't thrilling, it was uncomfortable. When a vocalist strains, the vowel sound often becomes distorted, losing its richness. You can hear this in her belts. The voice starts to thin out, and the tone becomes slightly pinched. She has a beautiful voice, but when you rely on sheer volume instead of proper technique, the tone suffers drastically. Let's get straight to the point. That final high note was not good. I'm not saying she can't hit it, but she certainly didn't support it. It was a clear exhibition of what happens when you substitute proper breath engagement with sheer laryngeal effort. It immediately brought back traumatic flashbacks to the unsupported pushing we heard in her drip performance. It was shrill, wobbly, and technically an absolute mess. It was the definition of uncontrolled volume over controlled pitch and support. Being the highest note doesn't make it the best. It just made it the loudest display of strain. This is the section where I address the inevitable backlash because, for some fans, their idols can do no wrong. Let's dismantle this notion right now. Ahayan is not an untouchable ace, no vocalist is. She is a working artist, and like any working artist, she is subject to criticism when the execution falls short of the expectation or the technical standard. The most tiresome defense I see is, "You're just jealous." Let me be crystal clear, critiquing poor vocal support does not make me jealous. It makes me an attentive listener with an ear for technique. Strain is a technical flaw. Calling out a technical flaw is critique, not an act of hate. Please, calm down. This is not a personal threat to her existence or her career. When fans blind themselves to flaws and deflect all valid criticism, they are not helping the artist. They are enabling a culture where an artist feels no pressure to improve or prioritize vocal health. If she is continuously straining notes that sit too high, it leads to fatigue, damage, and instability. Fans need to understand that the truth is sometimes brutal, but it's necessary. The truth is, her voice was audibly strained, and attempting to gaslight the audience into thinking it was a masterpiece is absurd. Be honest about what you hear. In summary, BABYMONSTERS Golden cover was a technical roller coaster. It had moments of pure brilliance, spearheaded by the stability and tone of Rora and Farida, but it was seriously dragged down by a reliance on muscling through notes rather than singing with proper support, particularly evident in Ahayan's performance. This is not the end of the world. It means there is significant room for growth, particularly in developing a consistent, supported mixed voice for those money notes. My hope is that the company prioritizes vocal longevity and stability over momentary wow factor high notes that come at the cost of strain.